Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? I hope you're doing well. This is one you guys have been requesting, so we're going to look into it. And we're going to be going back in time to 1991 and to a yogurt shop in Austin, Texas. December 6, 1991, Eliza Thomas, Sarah and Jennifer Harbison, and Amy Ayers were taken off of the earth plane um, in this yogurt shop. They were teenagers. And then the yogurt shop was set on fire. Decades and decades, there's these investigators trying to solve the crime. They do get some suspects. I believe there's 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 guys here. I have on my little thing here. 4 guys, sorry. There's Robert Springsteen, Michael Scott, Maurice Pierce, and Forrest Wellborn. And 8 years after this happened, they went in and they decided that they're going to look into these guys who were teenagers at the time. And it was a whole weird thing where there was some false confessions. And then there was all 4 get arrested. Then 2 of the dudes, they recant their confessions, the charges are dropped, and then Springsteen and Scott are the only 2 dudes that go on trial. They're convicted, but the convictions are overturned based on the Sixth Amendment. It gives defendants the right to confront accusers. And in Scott and Springsteen's trials, their confessions were used against one another, but they could not question each other in court. There's a problemo there. Then it comes out that they got some DNA and they tested it and didn't match any of the 4 kids or 4 men from back in the day. So I think they're probably going to make some way with their DNA. But let's see what we can find out. What happened to these girls here at the yogurt shop back in 1991. Road burial. Fraud in mountains. That's an interesting card. Let's continue on. Too many to pick those as intentional. Mirror, fish, house, girl, star, pipe, boot, feather, antidote. Uh, let's start here with, we've got the mirror. Reevaluating perceptions. We have the fish. This is unconscious thought. There's some suspicion. The house is your home and your safety. There's satisfaction here. We have a sudden sense of clarity, inspiration. There's messages from beyond, which is weird because there's also this cult intuition vibe going on here. Travel, which goes over here. These guys are just like running away after they do this. Antidote. A remedy to a toxic problem. There's some idea there. Okay, this is weird. There's some idea doing this. And gosh, it gives me weird vibes like the West Memphis case. Gives me weird vibes like that. Like there's some type of El Diablo connection here, right? There's like this focus on these girls. There's this idea, you know, we're doing these things, satisfaction. There's this idea we're doing this cleansing, we're offering up to El Diablo in a way. There's also this thing here where planned but not planned well enough, that I'm like not planned well enough. We're going to keep all of our secrets. We're going to keep all of the secrets in here. There's something here. There's a problem with this. I think there's two people involved. I'm not thinking that they're romantically involved, but I think there's two people involved here. This is that weird culty vibe, though. There's some culty vibe, like we're downloading. Now, the parental figure is interesting because it's not the parents that did this, but older people, you know, could be their parents' age in terms of age difference. Let's pull some clarifier tokens. Obviously, this was done private property, so acting out a movie? There's not a movie like this, is there? That happened like before 1991? That's an 8-ball. Now, 8-ball could be like, I'm behind the 8-ball, I have to get this done. This can also be an 8-ball like the magic 8-ball, and I'm shaking it to see, which ties back into this like El Diablo type element here. 59. It's the nuclear family, and also scientifically and material minded. Another nuclear symbol. That is weird. Toxic hazard, I guess, instead of nuclear, but toxic hazard, toxic situation, toxic person, toxic place, toxic place, toxic place, portal, private property. Is there something about with these guys in terms of what, I don't know. I assume this is like some type of strip mall or something, but the ground where this happened ties into this now. I know this sounds like I'm out. Someone needs to release me. There's the whale is compassion, which we don't have here, but creative release, which goes into a portal, right? And then you have, what is this? The ship wheel. turn of fate, destiny. We're trying to change things here by what we're doing here on private property. We're running away, but we're co-creating, and it's almost like there's like some type of playing out of something that's a plan that doesn't go quite right. Let's see what the fraud's about. Easter eggs. 78 is a sports car. Okay, so there's travel, moving fast. And the Easter eggs. Springtime. It wasn't springtime because it was December, but there's hidden messages. 25. Teapot. Friendship. Confiding with a loved one. Comfort and joy. So false pretenses, pretending this is I think this is a way to get the girl's guard down. Whoever's doing this, I'm getting the guard down. There's some idea with this that perhaps the culprits are A, gaining trust, but it's B, lulling them into a false sense of security, so not to arouse suspicion. However, I feel like they're customers. They came in there. There's a transaction that happens, and I think there's a conversation that's happening where one of them says something and says it in a weird way, like a foretelling of their futures, but they don't catch it. They're just thinking, well, whatever. Like saying something. There's a taking of money. He says something. Let's see the gift. It's almost like a teacher energy. I'm not saying it's a teacher, but it's kind of like go out and, you know, here's a gift for you, a tip. There's a tip for you. Maybe that's tying up here with this money exchange. Here's a tip for you. But it's a part of this, like it's on the checklist. There's a tip for you. But it's I've got to do this. There's a giving and receiving of energy. There's a something that's happening here with this money exchange. And even if they're buying something here, there's an energy exchange that's happening before the crime happens. Okay, let's continue on. There's some other ritual that's going on afterwards. What's the 53? Is that a celebration? Yeah, it's a celebration, but it's also could be a cocktail. Again, it's this movie. I don't know that people were recording this back in the day. I mean, the technology's there, but I don't know how widely available it was. Or if there was surveillance footage. I don't know how widely available that was. But there's this idea that, like, we're going back afterwards and we're reliving what took place. We're celebrating, we're ruminating over it. These two dudes are just, cheers, thinking back about what was going on. What's the 39 about? The hourglass is time is of the essence, or time is running out. Okay, so this is like cleaning up loose ends, but we're also like reliving the event. We're reliving the event. Now, back to this again. Like I said, this Mildred Payne deck. Some of these are not stuck in my mind yet, but the fish one, Wrong one. Unconscious thought. Unconscious thought. This idea that this has to be done. We're following our guiding star, our guiding mission. We're following this. It's almost as this is like people who are like twisted in the head. It's a plan, it's a fantasy. I'm following this out. Like a script. Okay. Two phones? You've got to be kidding me. Answer the call. And what is 49? Waiting for a call. Answering the call, waiting for a call on this intuition cult stuff. And we have that bat, death, and rebirth. Okay. I think this is a part of some culty El Diablo type thing. It's a part of some sick thing for them in terms of, I think there's occult practices going on, or whatever you want to call it. They're tapping into, however they're communicating with their El Diablo thing. Love, antidote, proving my love to my demon. Restoring some type of balance. There's satisfaction in restoring some type of balance because there's something with the private property. Snow. Okay, those are weird. So there's a dinosaur. Old, relating to archaeology. There's something with the land there. I don't know what's with the land there. One of a kind, unique, but also winter. So this would, it happened December 6th. It happened in December. So if it happened in December, there's something with the timing. Let me look at that date again. December 6th, 1991. All right, you smarty pants, whatever you guys know about what's happening, what's up with that date. Because that feels like that is picked on purpose. And then we have 122 Daisy, innocence, purity. So they're picking these girls, not necessarily individually like we're picking them, but there's something here about like, oh, perfect, which I think is part of this conning that's going on. Oh, perfect. But there's this something with this land, this place, them wanting to do this for their little El Diablo buddies. Why would you want to do that? I mean, we've seen enough El Diablo at work in this world, but I mean, this is so horrible. All right, let's see. Let's look at what can we know about, we'll say, criminal number 1. Let's ask at the same time. Let's see what we can know about criminal number 1 and criminal number 2, and then what's going on between them. Criminal number 2 is like the logistics. He's the follower, but he's logistics. He's doing what number 1 wants him to do. this is like such a, like, this has been, there's lots of time, there's lots of commiserating, there's lots of fantasy talk between the two of them, but it's a secret between them. There's this idea, it's a secret between them. They're going to do it, and they're going to be very sneaky about their doing this together. This is for some completions. This ritual, this crime is a part of some ritual for them to complete something, like closing perhaps a portal, sealing land, something that they feel they have to do for their demon overlord. It's an offering. This is an offering. This crime in their minds, allegedly for entertainment purposes, tarot card reading, this is like an offering. Bringing them into kind of like a baptism, but like evil. Committing, being a follower of El Diablo, wanting to be bound to their connection. Like, this is like a solidifying of this, sealing of this land or whatever. This is an offering. We're doing it in concert. So it's the two dudes and El Diablo. Two dudes and El Diablo with number 2 over here. You know, it's the justice card. We're reclaiming the land, or we're reclaiming the energy of the land. This is our territory. This idea we're masterminding, like, we've talked about all these ideas, but number 2 is the one who like sees it like he's a director of a sick movie. This Knight of Pentacles idea, I'm gonna put in the work, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna figure it out. Like, he's the little stalker fucker. He's watching and seeing what needs to happen. This guy's like he's the thought leader. Let's call him the thought leader. I think he's the one that exchanged the money. This guy's like a beady-eyed little prick. 3 of Pentacles, I'm working together. We're all working together, but I'm making it happen. I'm putting in the work. I've made the plans. And then the Page of Swords. Yeah, he's the stalker guy. So he would have been watching. He's watching them. He's studying them. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Okay. So, I know how insane this all sounds. Well aware. I'm just bringing the message. So, there's this idea that, you know, we're doing this. What happens after? What happens after they commit this crime? Oh, then it's the Sun card. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, Queen of Cups. Oh, heavenly. Oh, God. It's the idea that we're like, now we're on to this, like, it's almost like Scientology in a way. Like, oh, now we've leveled up into the next level of secrets and ideas that we're going to be read in on. Plans for doing things in the future. There's a commitment that we're never going to out each other. We're not ratting on each other. We make this commitment to each other. There is just such celebration between the two of them. They really feeling like this was executed to perfection. A sad, sad truth. They love it. They put a lot of work into it. Very happy with what they've done. Feeling like they got away with it. Once the news is announced and when the other events transpire, they felt like they got away with it. Like, you're never gonna find us. You're never gonna find us. We've gotten ourselves out of trouble. There is this idea, though. I want to get a clarifier token on that one. There's this idea that we've gotten away with it, but there's a new discovery on the horizon. Feeling like maybe we're not totally out of the woods. This could be perhaps a new development, but we have, with the Knight of Pentacles, this is the one that's putting in all the work. But underneath it is this idea that there's a new message. And what does that mean? What does that mean? He's getting a new download from his demons. Oh God. I can't with these people. This is like ESP token. They feel that they've completed their mission. This is what they needed to do. They took control of the situation. They turned the situation around with what's related to the land, and the bonus of those girls being the pure, sweet, almost like a sacrifice. Feeling like they did the job. They brought it. Bringing peace to themselves. Like it's almost like we got away with it. Look at us, we got away with it. Nobody knows who we are. Okay. Let's do Madhouse. Got my little thing here. As you know, I am not a mental health clinician. This is a tarot card reading. We're using the cards to gain insight. So this is the Madhouse Tarot, and there's things in here that related to psychological aspects, and we're going to see what we can find out. We're going to do Criminal 1, Criminal 2. You know what? That doesn't go there. That one goes here. There we go. This one's kind of nakedy, so I'm going to leave it like that for now, just because Two of the U is acting all dumb right now with tarot cards. Oops, nope, you go here. Sorry. Oh, that one's kind of nakedy too. I'll leave that one down. Okay. Number 1. This is the stalker guy, the little beady-eyed worker bee, so we'll get to him in a minute. We're going to start with the older guy, he's the older one, or at least, like, if he's not older, he's the one that is seen as the adult kind of in this relationship with the criminal 2. There's this idea of bringing justice. We can look at justice as regular justice, but this is vengefulness. Strong sense of justice. So there's this idea, I need to bring justice, and underneath it that we have the death card. Subconscious. Attraction to death. There's also some impotency here, not feeling like you're man enough. The overriding concern here is, the desire here is to inflict bodily harm, so it's a part of it. So this is why you can't just take down the shop. You had to take the girls with the shop. There's this fear, hysterical manifestations, but manipulativeness. So definitely him playing in that parental figure, the daddy position, the power player, the one who's higher up, playing into manipulating beady eye boy over here. The driving ambition, self-affirmation at expense of others with the Six of Coins. So we're taking from you to get what we need to get. We're taking your energy, we're taking this land, we're doing all these things for ourselves. The Nine of Swords in the past, there's definitely this idea of worry and anxiety about what's happening there. There's also extrasensory abilities, obsessive fears, fear of everything. But if we don't get this done, what will happen? We need to get this done. 10 of Coins, after it's done, they're in bliss. He's in bliss. I'm glad we got this done. This is so spectacular because we had to do this. Obsession here with 5 of Cups. Ruthlessness, selfishness. It just fits in. And the 7 of Swords, which we saw earlier, that's, you know, usually our sneaky snacker card. In here, it also means games, lies, cheating. So getting away with something, trying to pull this off. So this is why he needs beady eye guy. He wants to do this. He needs to do this, right? He needs to fulfill the request to El Diablo. But he needs beady eye over here to be the brains of the strategics of how it's going. All right, so when we're looking over here at the brains of the operation, well, not the brains, we'll say the strategic. So this is like marketing guy over here. He came up with his idea of how this was all gonna go, and he needed this little stalker dude to make sure it happened. Okay, so in the center of it here, he's the star of the show. This one's giving him the starring role, right? Making him feel super important so he can come and strategize how this is all going to go. This Ace of Cups here, this is vigilant maternal control. Interesting, another parental type card. Queen of Wands is feminine energy of this guy who's the parental figure, but feeling like I'm doing this, you know, on behest of my partner in crime, who's more like a, you know, parent to me. The leader, I follow them. We have the obstacle, 6 of Cups, infantilism and fantasy. Other things that he wanted to do, but was told they were juvenile and silly by daddy, mommy, dearest. There's an unspoken fear here. Narcissism. Hysteria is a way to attract attention by any means necessary. This guy was probably bursting at the seams when they're in there making their purchase. This is why he's not in control. He can't control his emotions. He'd be just like this, like, giddy teenager type idea, like, like, you don't even know what's coming. That kind of demented person. Overriding concern here with him is our Knight of Coins. Fear of passing, various phobias, lethargy, basement dweller, Magoo. He needs the mastermind to give him a task. Otherwise, he's not a self-motivator. He's just a Magoo. He's probably still a Magoo. Still a Magoo. Okay, the obsession is the sun. Self-admiration, perfectionism, addiction to fame. He wants to be the star of the show. He wants to get recognition. So now I don't know that we've heard that there's people out there that they know who they are to be, but he does need to get recognition for what he has done. And so maybe he gets it from the other one. Temperance. He is OCD boy. He's a fear of germs, fear of disease. He's a neat freak. He's very detail oriented. This must be why he was the one who had to put the actual plan into place, because he pays attention to the details. This is the idea guy. This is the detail guy. This one, he's in his ear like, no, you can't do that because da-da-da, and then da-da, and then it falls apart. No, you can't do that. He's a little rat. Okay, this card up here that I can't leave exposed. Let me see if I can put my hands on it. It's 7 of Wands. This is our driving ambition card. 7 of Wands. Paranoid states. Phobias. Painful attachments to mother. Mommy issues. Driving ambition. I want to please mommy, but I think this is a dude. But it's becoming like a maternal figure to him. Again, there's all these mommy issues. He's subservient to this one. And this card down here is underlying energy. And that is 6 of Swords. Put that there again. Oh, I love having to hide cards. It's so dumb. Tendency to vagrancy. Frequent changes of places. Desire to hide from reality. Escapism. Manifestations of sociopathy. This guy's found his perfect little worker bee. Found his perfect little worker bee. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we've got 2 dudes. One's the daddy figure to the other one. Wondering what their current state. What's up with them now? What's up with them now? I don't want to use this deck for that. Did he pass? Or he fake is passing? Here's that strong bond again with him and his beady-eyed helper. I'm wondering if the parental figure here didn't pass. Like, you have the death card, but then you have the Fool, like he's starting on his journey again. Getting away with it, and there was never, like, you know, repercussions for him. Yeah. Like, there's the 3 of Cups underlying energy, like celebration. I got away with it. The 7 of Swords, you know, our sneaky snacker card, he got away with it, and with ever having to be held to account. I'm wondering if the daddy figure here is Muerto. If not, if he's not, the only other idea I would have for that is he's changed his identity. Let's see what's up with his little servant. I think he's still tooling around. So the younger one, he's still moving around on the earth. He keeps very quiet about it. He's just moving through life. Nobody would suspect a thing. He thinks back fondly on the secret he held with the daddy dearest over here. He often ponders doing something like that again. Like, these are like his fond memories. Fantasizes about it still. Yeah. Fantasizes about it still. But he seems to be just moving around with life. Let's see if he's moving around in life. Is he living a life of crime? What is he like, just some regular dude that nobody knows us about? Like, he's moving around in life. What is he doing in his life? What's going on? I think he's a little bit worried about his DNA getting popped up here somehow. Oh, he's still a member of El Diablo's gang. He follows the case still. He follows the case still, and there's a hope that he's not getting this pinned on him now. It's like kind of like that was in the past. I don't think this guy's like, he's just quiet. He's probably still dwelling in basements and being like one of those weirdos. I don't know that he's committed anything else. I think he needed to be with this other guy to do it. It was like there was a partnership there. Still adhering to the ideas of whatever the El Diablo cult is that he's a part of, or the thinking, or whatever. But like, there's just this idea here of like thinking about doing these things and having ideas on what happened in the past, thinking about in the future, like what could happen. Things could go the wrong way. Life could get turned upside down. So I think there's a possibility you get the assistant guy here, but he's just still laying down low. Laying down low. Again, there's this idea, this lack of energy, this lethargy, however you say the word. He's just laying low. All right, well, that's what I got. That's what I got on this. This is, ugh, not good. None of these are. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. And join me in the Moon Moth Manor if you like videos like these, and I will see you next time. Adios.